they form the essence of GST mechanism. Be it lectured by Arpita, Mayank, Ankit, and by Narendra. Without these, you cannot go further in GST. Few things are routine, like आपको number लेना है, so it's a kind of a formality. Time of supply, composite mix supply are a part of your tax planning. And when you analyze these four, if a client comes to you, मेरे को number लेना है, आपके 2000 रुपये लगेंगे जी, ले लिया आपने. But if you really understand what does this mean for your client, for the same job you can take 1 lakh rupees. That is the difference when you appreciate law. For example, a client कहता है जी मैं तो बॉम्बे में इंपोर्ट करता हूँ, मुझे सारे हिंदुस्तान में सप्लाई करनी है. तो आप बोलोगे भैया 30 के स्टेट में नंबर ले. मैं बोलूँगा बॉम्बे में नंबर ले और कहीं नंबर मत ले. So that could make the difference if you understand law. Right? Similarly, when you say time of supply, like Ankit said, when are you supposed to make payment? That section 1213 is also applicable to composite and mixed supplies, which has a huge implication. बहुत बड़ी implication है उसकी. आपने एक नंबर ले लिया, तो आपको compliance करने, आपको रिटर्न भरना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, दुनिया भर की बातें करनी. Now supposing COVID comes and you say, your financial people say कि 6 महीने आप फैक्ट्री शुरू नहीं कर सकते. तो लॉ में मैकेनिज्म है, रूल 21 है, you can suspend your registration. Now this is a huge advice to a company who may not know the law. बोले 6 महीने आपको कोई रिटर्न नहीं भरनी, कुछ नहीं करना, सस्पेंड कर दो, जब रिवाइव करना होगा एप्लीकेशन मूव कर देंगे. आपको अमेंडमेंट करनी है, अमेंडमेंट के लिमिटेशंस हैं. If you do not do within these limitations are a part of the substantive law. They are not a part of the rules. So as professionals, you have to guide your client correctly. सर 15 दिन का मतलब है 14वें दिन शाम को अमेंडमेंट जानी है ये. Right? Let's say we were simply discussing this interest, business and all that stuff. Now whose interest income will be included? Who's the supplier? If a supplier is a partnership firm, individual partners' interest income will not be included. You must know this. That is, you first have to know what is the meaning of a supplier. That's irrespective, करना नहीं करना वो अलग issue है. But when you pick up section 22 registration, इसको समझने में 2 दिन लगते हैं. मेरे को तो 4 दिन लगे थे क्योंकि मैं ये काम करता नहीं. I took more time to understand section 22. Whenever you deal with an indirect tax system, the interplay of this intermixed provisions you must understand carefully. Definitions are 90% of understanding of your provision. If you do not know definitions, I can guarantee you, you can never read law. It is not possible. Let's come on composite supply, for example. So we know section 8 says, if there's a principal supply, that could be 10%, 90% could be ancillary supplies. If the tax on principal supply is 0, entire 100% goes 0. Yes. But for that you have to know what is composite supply. Now, if your analysis is incorrect, since you are dealing with a combination of goods or services, you automatically shift to mixed supplies. That difference it can make in your understanding of law. That is where you recommended your client 0. Now you might be at 28% of the entire turnover. Similarly, when you read law definitions I'm talking, composite supply deals with taxable supplies. mixed supply does not use the word taxable supplies. And that's also a reason where Arpita gave an example of residential and commercial renting premises. As usual, she did in a hurry, she did not read it properly. If you deal with two separate transactions, then you pay tax on commercial rent only. But if you lease this with a single deed, then this is a mixed supply. Because residential and commercial cannot be naturally bundled. Renting is common, but the ultimate objective is not common. Therefore, they are two independent transactions. So if as a lawyer you know the meaning of these two, the interplay of these two issues, you can advise the client better, boss, ऐसे नहीं इसको ऐसे करो. Now supposing you have done it for 4 years and you are presuming you are not paying tax. Now you got caught, what happens? No lawyer can save you. You have to pay tax. That's why when this topic was included, we had discussed with our convener what is the importance of this topic. Let us say you are dealing with the Delhi Jal Board, before we take up my notes. Delhi Jal Board, let's presume they are a local authority. We are presuming under Article 243W Constitution. जैसे बरसात में आता है, बरसात आती है, हमारे नाले भर जाते हैं, इनको नालों की स्कैवेंजिंग करनी, मोटराइज स्कैवेंजिंग करनी, सफाई करनी. उन नालों की सफाई करने के लिए ट्रक्स आते हैं with automatic machines. Each truck costs around 10 crore rupees. वो कहते हैं ये दिल्ली का पूरा एरिया आपको करना है, ये आपका रेट है. Let us say the rate is 100 crores for 2 months. अब आप क्या यूज कर रहे हो? ट्रक्स, equipment, material, everything. Now these are two supplies, goods and services. Now your mind has to make up what is the principal supply, because ancillary supply is not defined in the act. They have only defined what is principal supply. Now let's say after all the debates you do within your mind and do some research or whatever you do, you decide no, this is supply of goods. Well, even if it's right to use, you look 28%. Okay. Tax on rate is goods is 28%. But if you go dwell deeper into it, you say no, the principal supply is service. जो आपका NIT इश्यू हुआ, जो टेंडर इश्यू हुआ, जो आपको ऑर्डर मिला, उसमें क्या लिखा गया? कि जी आपको नालों की सफाई करानी है सर. So when you are dealing with these two situations, you first have to rule out this is not a mixed supply. Then come to the essential parameters of composite supply. Now when you start reading 243W or 243B or Panchayat, whatever those written in Constitution, you say, yeah, Delhi Jal Board is a local authority. This is an activity covered in 17 entries of 243W. Therefore, the principal supply is tax-free. Now, if it's a pure service, then you have to read further. Pure service, even if it involves goods, up to 25%, covering Article 243W or 243P, even then remains a pure service. Now you have to make up your mind. Now imagine your client's contract is inclusive of taxes. So the first lawyer will say, pay 28%. And in some other case, some other lawyer says, sir, is 0% tax. Delhi Jal Board is least bothered about it. They are not bothered at all what you do. Do their job and get your money. So the game is of 28% on 100 crores. You're talking of 28 crores this way or that way. Now this is where you have to read very carefully. Where is registration, time of supply. For example, we come to time of supply. Goods and services are separate provisions. And IG has to deal with POS. You have to understand the interplay of the place of supply and time of supply. In IGST, there are no such provisions. But way of Section 20 IGST Act, these concepts for IGST provision are taken from local enactment. But if you read Section 20, if I remember correctly, they say time and value of supply, not time of supply. That is, in one entry, they cover time as well as Section 15 valuation. So what the opening I'm telling you is, this is not so easy. There's a difference between 2,000 fees and 1 lakh rupees fees. When you go to these big four, I guarantee you they know nothing more than you. I guarantee you this. But they have those higher brains who know how to make more money. Because if they don't make money, they cannot feed 300-400 employees who have taken at 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees salary. We individual lawyers or chartered accountants, we can do a far better job, provided you have a habit of reading, habit of studying, habit of making notes. Today what I have seen for in this all 4 PPTs, it's a very good beginning, but you have to go a long way to address such issues publicly. Simply for the sake of speaking, you can't speak. Because the people who come to hear you, most of things they know. सब लोग नंबर लेते हैं, उनको नंबर लेना तो आता है, फॉर्म भरना और तो कुछ नहीं करना. But when a client comes to you with a bigger proposal, कि सारा मेरा ये business model है. So unless you understand the business model of your client, so for example, there are chemists. आपको पूछना सर आपके साल की कितनी टर्नओवर होगी? ये 2000 से 50,000 की बात है. सर 50 लाख से ज्यादा नहीं होगी. सर आप कंपोजिशन में जाइए ना, क्यों इस झंझट में रहना है आपको? He is going to go back smiling. My lawyer is good. पैसे आपको ज्यादा मिलने हैं, रिटर्न आपको अभी भरनी है, कंप्लायंस आपको अभी भी करने. But the man has gone back. क्या साला मुसीबत खत्म हो गई. So unless the composition is banned for services, defined services, everything else is available up to a limit. So when a client comes, don't jump from sign कर पैसे दे. 10,000 रुपये अफसर के दे, ऐसी खामा खाई जो हम काम करते हैं. Increase your professional esteem. Take more money. But give him a fantastic solution. He remembers you for life. Now if he is happy, he'll tell 10 others. अब सपोजिंग राम जी बैठे हैं, ये केमिस्ट के प्रेसिडेंट बोलेंगे यार मैं रश्मि जान के पास गए थे, उसने मुझे बताया, मजा आ गया, आप उसके पास ही चले जाओ. Because lawyers don't advertise, it's a word of mouth publicity that gets you more money and more client. When you talk of time and supply, all these 4 time periods are of no consequence. Anybody can do. Supposing you get a notice under Section 74. Let's say this is without evidence. RUD कुछ नहीं है उसके साथ आपके. उससे पहले वो एक इंटरलोकेटरी लेटर भेजते हैं आपको कि कितने पैसे आपने एडवांस लिए हैं आज तक गुड्स के और सर्विसेज के, अपने CSA सर्टिफिकेट बना के दीजिए हमारे. राइट? अब 9(4) deals with goods, 5(3) IGST deals with goods, 5(4) services. Sorry, goods, and 9(3) deal with notified RCM charges. अगर आपको ये नहीं पता था कि सर्विसेज के एडवांस में आपको RCM देना था, can you imagine the trouble for your client now? After 6 years, for 6 years, you deposit cash with interest, with penalty, and 74 case. आपने गलती क्या की? अच्छा एडवांस पे, यार हमने सुना था एडवांस पे टैक्स ही लगता. For example, Ankit was interpreting notification 66/2017. It deals with only one small issue. कि गुड्स के एडवांस पे आपको टाइम में सप्लाई में नहीं, और कोई पर्पस नहीं है. Notifications are a part of substantive law. Circulars are not. Circulars are interpretation of the officer's revenue. If beneficial, adopt. Not beneficial, challenge it. But for officers, they are binding. They will touch you.
Yes.
Right? Before we start, there's a recent ruling of Supreme Court in state of Karnataka versus Tiger Vasu Ambreesh. Honorable Justice Pardiwala from Gujarat High Court, the bench of 2 judges, they laid down a fantastic interpretation of GST mechanism, which is applicable all across, not for the particular renting a property or something or not. The case was there was a building with 28 rooms with attached toilets. They were given to A for rent. A give it to B, let us say for coaching institute. The supplier who gave rent, he says tax-free, residential. Revenue said no. High Court gave relief, State of Karnataka went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court, first time in GST mechanism, they adopted a principle of purposive interpretation. So what was the purpose of a given law, given notification, given circular? What was the purpose? When Mayank was talking of Dalip Kumar case, there is a case beyond Dalip Kumar, mother care, where they distinguished Dalip Kumar. They say if a notification is a beneficial notification, then the purposive interpretation has to be adopted. Strict compliance of conditions may not be necessary. So when you are discussing a law or a notification or an amendment or a cancellation, you have to know what is the purpose of this law. For example, we say section 22, registration. Now the purpose is, this is the essence of GST mechanism. You are not registered, you are not entitled to anything. You can't supply. But 22 is not enough. Unless you understand first 24, rule of 23, then come to 22. Go backward, not forward. 24 compulsory शेयरिंग आपको करना है, तो उसमें 40 लाख 20 लाख का कोई झगड़ा नहीं. 22 you are dealing exclusively with exempt supplies. आपको नंबर नहीं लेना. तो first rule out 24, 20. Don't jump when a client comes. I say most, अरे रजिस्ट्रेशन आया मैंने ले लिया, काम क्या करता है मैं पूछूंगा. चेक देगा 5,000 रुपए का वो. Now what you are doing, you are impacting, you are demeaning your services. You are demeaning yourself as a lawyer or a chartered accountant. You should have your case diary with you. आप उनसे पूछो आप क्या काम करते हैं सर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल केमिस्ट वाले ये कहते हैं हम ड्रग्स इंपोर्ट भी करते हैं और हम अपनी लाइन की सर्विसेज भी देते हैं. Import the interstate supply. So see whether section 24 covers it. तो 40 लाख का कोई मतलब नहीं. Not supposing they are dealing with goods and services. Will it be 40 lakh or 20 lakh? It's a big question. It is 20 lakh, of course, section 22 may written. So when we examine these concepts, what we deliberate today, now what are you going to hear? This is how you adopt legal strategies to appreciate what law we have discussed today. We take up first composite supply and mixed supply. Whenever you see the word supply, you must read sections 9 and section 7 every time you read the word supply. Section 9 is the charging section. It makes you liable to pay tax as per valuation section 15 subject to rates in schedules. Now supply can be between related parties, unrelated parties. ये भी आपको पूछना है सर आपकी कोई ब्रांच भी है बाहर. सपोजिंग दिल्ली में बंदा आ गया उसने आपको बताया नहीं मेरी पंजाब में ब्रांच है वहां 50 लाख का धंधा मैं ऑलरेडी कर रहा हूं. उसने आपने पूछा नहीं उसने बताया नहीं. आपने 40,000 से नंबर लेने की जरूरत नहीं है सर आपको, जाओ आराम करो धंधा। वो कल को पकड़ा गया अब वो क्या करेगा? बिकॉज यू फेल्ड इन योर ड्यूटी एज ए प्रोफेशनल, यू डिड नॉट मेक योर कंसेप्ट्स, केस नोट्स ऑन योर डायरी। And section 15 deals with supply of goods, valuation. But that deals with only domestic valuation, not international valuation. That is done by section 3 Customs Act. जो कस्टम आप डालते हो IGST उन्हीं पे लगता है जो कस्टम वैल्यूएशन होता है, right? So what is the requisite? First there has to be a supply and you have to be a supplier. सप्लायर की डेफिनेशन है, उसके नीचे 7 लाइन का प्रोविजो है, एजेंट बटन जो भी लिखा है वो आपको पढ़ना है, उसको नहीं पढ़ रहे हम लोग। तो यू हैव टू फर्स्ट मेक आउट, इवन इफ यू आर श्योर, इवन इफ यू आर डेड श्योर कि इज अ सप्लायर, स्टिल रीड डेफिनेशन ऑफ सप्लायर। कैन यू टेक हिम आउट? ही डजंट हैव टू टेक टैक्स। So if it's a supplier, he is making supply of goods or services or both, and they are amenable to tax, then your section 22 comes. Now these are single supplies. All supplies have tax rates as per schedules. आप 50 गुड सप्लाई करते हो तो आप टैक्स लगना, 50 सर्विस देते हो सबके टैक्स रेट है, तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है हमारे को। The problem comes in the new business models in the world where individual supplies are not made anymore. People club. Let's go to when you come from foreign country, you have so many shops. साहब ये डिओ परफ्यूम कॉम्बिनेशन इतने पैसे दे दो, ये शेविंग क्रीम परफ्यूम इतने पैसे दे दो, ये रेड लेबल ब्लैक कॉम्बिनेशन इतने पैसे दे दो। So if those bundle of supplies of goods or services or both or any combination thereof, if they fall in same HSN code, you have no problem. But if these fall in separate HSN code, you have a big problem. This is where your analytical mind has to start working. Am I dealing with a case of composite supply or a mixed supply? So what is composite supply? Where a taxable person makes supply. So taxable person is registered or not, but he should be taxable. That is, he should be within section 21 limits or section 24. He is a taxable person. Makes taxable supplies. That is, they are known as supplies under section 9, or they are not notified with tax free in section 11. Section 11 gives a power to government to exempt anything. कोविड में किया था सेक्शन 11 को यूज इन्होंने, वहां पे खत्म हो गया कि मैंने सप्लाई भी किया, मैं टैक्सेबल है, ये है वो है। सो यू से कि ना ये 24 में नहीं आता, 23 में नहीं आता, 22 में आता है। Again you have to ask a question to your client. Don't put him to registration to make some money. सर आपका कितना धंधा साल का करेंगे आप? कहता नहीं सर किराने की दुकान है, 10, 15, 20, 25 लाख होगा। If he's dealing in goods, tell him sir you don't require number. अब उसको बताओ कि आपको सेक्शन 24 का होकर काम नहीं करना। This is being a good lawyer, a fantastic professional. 25 लाख में तुम्हें कितने पैसे दे देगा साल के वो यार? इंस्पेक्टर खा जाएंगे, अफसर खा जाएंगे, तो वो तो तुम्हें पैसे नहीं देगा। तो tell him sir you keep free, but don't do this section 24 को लिस्ट बना के दे दो, आपको ये काम नहीं करना सर। अपनी किताबें बना के रखो, 40 लाख के ऊपर होगा तो हमारे पास आ जाना। Right? Let us say he provides services. Supposing it's a law firm, like I'm an individual lawyer. Supposing I start a law firm, there you have to see whether am I covered in 9(3) notification, reverse charge. If I'm not covered, don't bother. But don't put me there by our own stupid interpretation के पैसे लेने वकील से 15-20 हज़ार पे दे जाए, नंबर लेके तो भुगतता रहिए, बाद में अभी भुगतते रहेंगे। Never ever do this practice. It will not take you anywhere. It will just make you a Me Too product. कि 1000 वकीलों में हम भी का वकील है। If you have to stand out, you have to go an extra mile, sacrifice these 5-10,000 rupees. Tell him you don't require enough. Coming back to composite supply, we say it's a combination of goods or services or both or any combination thereof made by taxable person, and these are taxable supplies. Naturally bundled and in the ordinary course of trade. This last phrase is the crux of composite supply. पांचों चीजें आपको कवर करनी है. क्या करना है? भी उससे का एक बंडल दिया आपने, भाई उससे पूछो कि भाई ये क्या क्या आप इसमें मिक्स करने वाले हो, आप ये बताओ. वो बोला ये करता हूँ जी मैं. The test your parameters, does it cover main ingredients? But this law does not tell you how shall you determine whether this is a composite supply or not. Supreme Court in service tax cases, almost dealing with a similar bundle service, they were not called composite services, has laid down 5 parameters. One is the view of a recipients. जो लोग इस सर्विस को यूज करते हैं, क्या वो हमेशा ये काम करते हैं? Artha took an example of a hotel, 3-4 days here and there. All of us do it. Second, supplier's viewpoint. क्या ये बैंक्वेट हॉल वाले शादियां बुक करते हैं कि सारे ऐसे ही बुक करते हैं कि जी हल्का किराया भी लेंगे, पर प्लेट इतना खाना लेंगे, या आपको डीजे देंगे, ये देंगे, वो देंगे, वो देंगे. Right? Then they ask you, then go to further. How have the authorities viewed this in the past? Legislative history of an interpretation of a common entry is a very good tool of interpretation. All good lawyers, what is research? Research means this only. और सीच में कोई खामा कहता है, कोई चैट जीपीटी थोड़ा है, याद है कि आपको सब कुछ सामने आ. No chat GPT can answer this question. दुनिया का कोई लीगल